Hello, this is Nicole, and this story time is just going to be like my me being dyslexic basically, and my this video will be dedicated to like my early years of being dyslexic and the struggles I went through, I guess. So when I went to my first ever primary school, so between reception and primary school, like early years, so between the ages of 4 maybe till the ages of like 8, 6 or 8. I really struggled with my dyslexia. When the first ever primary school I went to, they did not have the facilities, the finances, the resources to diagnose people as being dyslexic or anything like that. So if you were special needs, or that's what I was called back then, or this or have a disability like that, a learning difficulty, you would not be discovered, They didn't have things in place to help you. So when I was at that primary school, I was I was faking it until I made it, if that makes sense. So a teacher would give you a question, you had to figure out the answer, especially when it came to maths and like all subjects like maths, English. When it came to like spelling, grammar, or trying to understand the mathematical questions, I just flunked. I think I just remember cheating. So I just remember, well, back then I didn't know that was cheating, but I just remember just asking people the questions. Like, oh, what's the answer to this? What's the answer to that? Because back then I just didn't know. I didn't know, and my school did not have things in place for you to be like, this girl's really struggling. Let's figure out a way to help her. So at this school, I was really failing. I'd always get in trouble for cheating effectively. And it wasn't till my mum moved me out of that school, because we were moving to a different neighbourhood, and I moved to the primary school that I stayed with, that I realised, or that I found out I was dyslexic. So I was really weird, because within the first few weeks, I think, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure within the first few weeks, maybe the month I was there, I'd been tested for learning difficulties, and it came back I was dyslexic. And I remember I sat on a special table, which later on in life my teachers told me, later on in life I went to uni, I found out that may have not been the best thing to have special needs children separated from regular children, I guess. But I was put on a table where all the children had learning difficulties. And in my class, I think we all had dyslexia. We were all dyslexic. And in a way, I kind of liked that, because it meant my best friend was dyslexic. Like, you had people who were like you, who you could relate to on your table. And I remember thinking, okay, I'm a bit different, but I was never bullied back when I moved to my new school, I was never bullied for it. Whereas when I was at my old school, I was bullied. I was bullied for being different. Like, this girl doesn't get any of the questions. I was just bullied for being dumb. When I wasn't dumb, I was just different, And that was kind of hard back then. I remember back then crying a lot and just not feeling like I fit in. I got into a lot of fights, been punched in the nose. I remember one time I was sitting, I was brought to like what would you call it, like the reception area. And I was sitting in the reception area with these two boys, and they got into a fight, and they were trying to bully me, and I'd been punched in the face and my nose was bleeding. So I just remember just a whole lot of drama in that first school. And it all derived from me being different, me being dyslexic and not knowing. Whereas in this new school, I was not bullied for being dyslexic. I had friends who were dyslexic. Other people in the class never treated me as, you know, oh, this girl's so stupid. Like, I did have girls pity me, but when you're in primary school, you don't see it as pity, do you? You just see it as, oh, they're different, let's be nice to them type of thing. I don't know, but I was never bullied. I felt so much more accepted at that school. And looking back on that makes me realize how important it is to make sure that your child goes to the right school. Because if my mother hadn't have moved, taken me to a new school that had better facilities, that had better resources, that actually had a testing facilities with staff who knew how to test children for learning difficulties, God knows where I would be today. I don't even think I would have made it to university. I don't think I would have accomplished as much as I have academically now as I could have done. No, what am I saying? I don't think I would have been able to achieve as much as I could have been able to if I'd stayed at that other school. So I think it's really important for parents to make sure that, because you don't know if your child, if you're dyslexic, it's very easy for you to hide it. Very easy for you to hide it. And if you don't send your children to the right school, sometimes it might just slip through. You might just think that they're underachieving because they're not able to, when actually it's this learning difficulty that they have. And once that school or you as a parent realize what it is, you're able to help them grow as a human being. Because I don't know, I just feel as though my primary school years, I'm so grateful that my mum did move. Like, everything happens for a reason. I'm so grateful that my mum did move to a good area where the schools were a lot better and had better facilities. Because when my mum found out I was dyslexic, for her, it was like a light bulb turned on. Because when I was younger, before I went to school, my mum would say to me, or my grandma, or my granddad, or an aunt or an uncle would say to me, Nicole, go upstairs, go to your grandma's room. In your grandma's room, on the coffee table, there's your grandma's medication. Bring that down. And I would go upstairs, go to my grandma's room, and forget what I was meant to do. And I'd have to go all the way back downstairs, and they'd have to repeat it to me again. Nicole, go upstairs, go to your grandma's room, on the coffee table, there's your grandma's prescription, go get it for me. And I'd have to do this like 3 or 4 times till I realised what I was getting. And I remember that. Like, I remember running up and down them stairs, trying to figure out what the hell I was meant to do. And for my mum, it was like a switch had gone on, because she was like, yeah, Nicole is a little bit different. But no, I feel as though, yeah, it just made me realise how important it is to just make sure you send your children to the right school. I guess that's the message of this video. And that if you are dyslexic, there's always, like, don't feel like you can't achieve, because trust me, I left university with a first. So, you can achieve. You can definitely get that A grade, but it definitely takes a lot more hard work, and you are going to have to put in 10 times the amount of work as a regular person, but you can achieve. So that's just my short story, I guess, of my early years when I first found out I was dyslexic, and how it made me feel Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.